Okay, the common advice is to take action. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for supporting my channel and tuning in and checking out my content and my way of giving back. As you know, my book, The Ramp, has been published. And it's interesting because it's such a personal story. Actually, it's a children's chapter book with metaphors of transformation and following your dreams, and it's just becoming clearly apparent that it is very directed to my own life story. And there's something really powerful. Everyone says that they want transformation, but most of us don't realize how brutal that is. Transformation really is death, rebirth, and everything in between. And if you feel like you're in that messy middle ground, then that's exactly the best place to be. That's where I have been on many occasions, and it feels exhausting and very, very difficult. But that is the place to be. It's that middle ground. That's when you're on the verge of really emerging into something fantastic. There's the metaphor that's thrown around a lot is the butterfly, the caterpillar, and the butterfly story. I never really fully got that or appreciated that until maybe a year ago, when one of my wonderful teachers, Reverend Victoria, explained it to me in terms of what I was going through, and I'm sure most of you know, of course, the story of metamorphosis, but the caterpillar really goes through a horrible death, and is fighting against that change and that death. It breaks down. It's almost a cancerous death, and but the butterfly cannot emerge until the caterpillar relinquishes and fully surrenders and dies to its old self. It's a wonderful metaphor, and one that I often think of, because it is in the process of dying that our full story, our full purpose gets to reveal itself. Just following some notes here, but it's not easy to quit, but you can understand when during this process of metamorphosis, of shift, of change, that many of us do quit. Because it's exhausting, it's painful. The caterpillar is not enjoying this process of metamorphosis, that's for sure. So it's understandable that people do quit before they've actually emerged and the butterfly is revealed. The only takeaway that I can offer from this example is that when you feel like you're in the middle of it, keep going. Don't give up. Transformation is just around the corner, and it's never on your time, it's on God's time. That's for sure. If you feel like everything, the walls around you are crumbling, keep going. You are right on the precipice of something wonderful, of something great. The other incredible example or metaphor that I'd never really thought about before was the chaos theory. How I think of it now is that when you look at your life and your life journey in cosmic terms, in cosmic space, which is pretty big, the things that feel chaotic in the moment are really in the chaos theory sense of things. When you zoom right out, just keep zooming out in cosmic time and in cosmic space, it's actually everything working in perfect order. even though it does feel chaotic while you're moving through it, it's actually life and unfoldment working in perfect divine order. You have to know this. It takes an incredible amount of trust and belief and knowing in the bigger picture. Something that is seen as bad may occur, but that's just an unfoldment of the bigger picture, the cosmic picture, which is your life, and your life's journey is part of that. So another takeaway for me, and I just want to talk through it with you, is trust the process. Even when it looks like it's destruction or chaos, trust the process. Another example I've been thinking of lately as I've been in the middle of building a creative, a productivity app for creatives and neurodivergent thinkers like myself. I was thinking of Leonardo da Vinci, who's obviously an incredible painter, scientist, engineer, visionary. He never followed a straight path. He started many projects, abandoned them. Years later, he after he'd passed, he'd left behind this incredible body of work, of sketches and inventions and ideas, many of which weren't understood until centuries later. So all that to say about Da Vinci is that society generally looks at a linear path. You're born and you die, and in between that you spend 30 to 40 years working in a job that many of us may not enjoy. Life, in cosmic terms again, is not a linear path. It really is like this. It is absolutely undulating and turns around and goes back on itself, and it's not a straight line, and it's often difficult to think about that. So if you've ever felt like things are all over the place, good, because you're in very good company, Leonardo da Vinci. Another thing that I've been thinking of, to look at a golfing analogy, is the idea of the back nine. In golf, the back nine is where the real game is played. For those of you who don't follow golf, there's 18 holes in a game. Front nine, first 9 holes. The back nine, the final 9 holes. I've been thinking of this in terms of life. I'm 55 now. Many of us are told that you should have a certain number of things, possessions, real estate, finances, all in place by the time you're 40. And if you haven't hit that checklist, you're done. You don't stand a chance to catch up or to regain. I think that's absolute rubbish. And most of society, generally in a Western sense, will tell us that you're kind of done at the age of 50. Well, I'm here to say that is not true. And the back nine, the later years of your life, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, can be as productive and as dynamic as the front nine. So some of the most successful names in business and inventions and entrepreneurialism have done incredible work and actually created their lives during the back nine, the later years of their life. There's a whole list of people that we can go into, but I think that's something that's showing up now for me, especially since I've been doing this. With my daughter, sorry, I'm using my children's room for 1 second. I'll be finished in a second. The back nine is a really interesting concept for me at the moment. I hope you find some value in thinking of your journey like that. It's not a linear journey. Ideas, creativity, transformation can come at any time. I've just published my book, The Ramp, at the age of 55, and that, to me, is a whole journey in itself. Who knows where it's going to go? That's up to God, up to Spirit. I have an intention for it and a vision, but the point is that I started that later, and I believe it can do a lot of good and support people and have great success. and that'll be in my 50s. I think that what I'm trying to say and what I'm getting to in a lot of my musings and my ruminations lately are, if life feels chaotic, then you've got to be able to find a way. I find meditation and spiritual practice with the Agape International Spiritual Center and Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. That is my compass that keeps me going. So if you feel like life is chaotic, learn to trust that, because that's your higher calling, your higher instincts telling you that something good is just around the corner. The butterfly, the caterpillar butterfly metaphor, if you feel like things are dissolving, that's good, because the butterfly emerges from that extreme pain of the caterpillar's death. The lotus flower emerges from the murkiest of waters. These are all incredible metaphors. I'm reminded that a linear path is for machines, not for humans. So we have to take that on board as well. Your back 9 years may be the best years you've ever had. Take that on board. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're right on time. You're right on purpose. And this could just be the beginning of something great. If you've ever been on or moving through something that feels like a death or a disillusionment, or some things aren't just working out the way you had planned, please drop a note. I'd love to read your comments and let's talk. Let's continue the conversation. I really appreciate it. Again, I'll leave a link for my Amazon link for my book down below. It's really coming forward now that it's something powerful. It's a children's chapter book, but it's the themes in it are really universal. And I really thanks for your time and thanks for tuning in. Okay, ciao.